Who wants to be a millionaire? I don't. Parking a helicopter would be a nightmare for a start. All that hovering around the area looking for a vacant capital H. Luckily, on this show, there are no prizes at all, so our teams have nothing like that to worry about. Continuing their journey towards absolutely nothing tonight are, on my right, Mark Smith, an archivist with a PhD in the politics of culture in Nigeria 1939 to 1966, whose great-uncle Albert is coincidentally the first ever bishop of northern Nigeria. Nick Holland, a freelance copywriter and keen ventriloquist who performs Nessun Dorma with his tortoise puppet Sheldon. And their captain, Nick Reed, a charity administrator who walked alongside the singer Billy Bragg for over 15 minutes without ever drumming up the courage to say hello. United by a soft spot for sad singers and silent letters, they are the Psmiths. Now, in your journey so far, you lost your most recent game against the Cosmopolitans, but you get another chance now to make it through to the semi-finals. Do you have a game plan for tonight?
We do. We've had 3 nail-biting wins and a blowout defeat. We decided we'd prefer the former and have been trying to get into a groove with the team mantra, hello to Jason Isaacs.
Well, good luck with that plan tonight. You will be taking it up against, on my left, Phil Styles, a secondary school teacher who fainted while giving blood in France. Tom Kappelman, a software engineer who's spent an hour a day playing the same computer game for the past 11 years. And their captain, Graham Cole, a computer sciences graduate whose great-great-great-great-grandfather was a Cornish smuggler with a comb-over. United by a weakness for wordplay, they are the Verbivores. Now, eagle-eyed viewers will have noticed that this is a rematch. You actually met the Smiths in your opening heat. How are you feeling about encountering them again?
Well, we lost our first encounter by just 2 points, and since then we've got steadily better on the ball, but we've also got steadily worse on missing vowels, hopefully not by quite the same amount. So we'll see what happens.
We won't see what happens unless we play the quiz. Let's start with round 1. What is the connection between 4 apparently random clues? So, 2 old sparring partner teams go up against each other. Let's kick that off again. Smiths, what would you like?
2 reads, please.
2 reads. OK. Picture clues immediately. Something connects them. What is it? Here's the first.
Next. Next. That's the G mix centre, is it? I don't get one.
Maybe they all start with G hyphen.
Next.
Now, that is, it's a herb, isn't it?
3 seconds.
With no confidence at all, we think they might all start with G hyphen.
They do not all start with G hyphen. So, Verbivores, you've got the chance for bonus point.
They're all sage.
Oh, they're all sage?
They are all sage. Who is that in the second picture? Phil, I feel sure you know.
No.
Rapper Sage the Gemini.
Oh, that's my thing, yes.
And in that third picture, that is a music venue, Sage Gateshead.
Yes.
And in the last one, the herb sage. All sage. Well done for a bonus point, and you may choose a question.
I have Horus, please.
I have Horus. OK. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
What? That's a question mark in Greek.
It's a semicolon, I think. Yeah, semicolon.
Do we want the next one, though? Yeah. Next. I think you could be right. Semicolon to show you've been to college. Yeah. Should we go with it? Semicolons
Is the right answer. You didn't need to see the next 2 clues. In English, a semicolon separates major sentence elements, and in emoticons, they mean a winking eye. Kurt Vonnegut said, do not use semicolons. They are transvestite hermaphrodites representing absolutely nothing. All they do is show you've been to college. I'm not sure that transvestite hermaphrodites do represent absolutely nothing. I think they represent rather a lot. Right. But there you go, he's a novelist, not me, so that was his view. These are all things done by semicolons. Very well done. Smiths, what would you like?
Water, please.
Water. OK, what is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Okay. Well, they might be from different famous things, then maybe they're alternate titles.
Next. That is Jessica.
What's all women's names? It can't be that simple, can it? it could be all... I don't know. Maybe we ought to go for number 3.
Next.
Duchy of Lane.
That's not helpful.
I bet it's all puns, isn't it?
Should we do it?
Might as well.
Are these all women's names ending in A?
That is not the right answer. So, Verbivores, I'm going to show you the last clue for a possible bonus point.
Are they all women's names mentioned in the song Mambo Number 5?
That is a brilliant guess, but no. Which names do you think you saw?
Pamela?
Is number 1 Pamela?
Number 1 is Pamela.
Number 2 is Jessica. And we don't know number 3.
Well, number 3 doesn't actually end in A anyway. That would be Nancy or Nancy.
Diana.
And then the last one is Diana. Pamela, Jessica, Nancy, Diana.
Mitfords.
They are the Mitford sisters. Yes, we didn't include the clue that which has oneness or unity. Where was Unity Mitford conceived? It's lovely. Swastika, Ontario. That's right, one of her relatives owned mines there. So no points there, but Verbivores, you may choose your own question.
Lion, please.
Lion. OK. Well, it's the music question. You'll be hearing your clues. I want to know what connects them. Here's the first.
Your mind gets
Next. Next.
What's the next on? My name's Smiley Culture. Yeah, where do you think you're coming from, lad? From seeing my mother. What's the registration number of the car? Then I can't remember. What you got in the building?
Next.
We never had the love that every child ought to get. We ain't no delinquents, we're misunderstood. Deep down inside us, there is good. There is good. There is good. There is good. There is
3 seconds.
Based on almost nothing at all, names.
I think your problem is that names applies to literally every song ever written or recorded. So
There is that.
I can't accept that as an answer. Smiths, your chance for a bonus point now.
We think the connection is the police.
The connection is the police. What did we hear?
Going backwards, we had G. Officer Krupke from West Side Story.
That's right.
Police Officer by Smiley Culture.
What else?
A song expressing distaste for the police
Something
by
the
NWA.
Ghetto, it's Ice Cube, Ghetto Bird. He's addressing
beg your
police in a helicopter. Let me tell you, it wasn't easy to find a bit of that song that was broadcastable, but we found a bit. And what about the first one?
Don't know.
That was Bruce Springsteen, State Trooper. All songs addressed to police officers. Well done. So you get the bonus there, and it's your choice.
Twisted Flax, please.
Twisted Flax. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
Next.
Are these previous names of Google or something?
Next.
These brands that have changed the names from this to something like that.
It's tempting, isn't it? I mean, we need a fourth. Next. Oh, that was
Are these started with stuff?
that was a famous internet failure, wasn't it?
Right, maybe they are.
We think these are all much hyped internet companies that failed.
That's absolutely right. They are .com bubble casualties. What did they do? Tell me about those websites.
Boo.com was
Gifts, was
clothes and gifts and things.
Yeah, it was sort of a fashion store, yes, with a virtual hostess called Miss Boo. It was a pet supply company, you might imagine, pets.com. The Globe.com was an American social network. And Think Tools was a Swiss IT company, all much hyped companies that famously crashed. Verbivores, what would you like?
Horn Viper, please.
The Horn Viper, OK. What is the connection between these clues? Here's the first.
West Bank.
Is this anti-graffiti?
Is it?
I think so. I think there's a picture of someone with a girl with balloons.
Do you want to go with it?
Yeah.
These are artworks by Banksy.
Coming in after one clue, I'm going to give you 5 points. They are all works by Banksy. Let's have a look at them. You recognised immediately, Tom, the flying balloon girl, which is on the West Bank. Man hanging from a window, that's in Bristol. It's outside a window ledge. The idea is that the chap is just slipping out of the premises. Think Tank, that's a Blur album cover, and If Graffiti Changed Anything is a piece of graffiti or a graffito in Fitzrovia. I should probably say it's not confirmed that they are by Banksy. They are rumoured to be by the artist Banksy. Very well done. That means at the end of round 1, the Smiths have 2 points, the Verbivores have 9. Sequences now, and Smiths, you'll be going first again, so please choose a sequential hieroglyph.
2 reads, please.
2 reads. OK, I'll be showing you the first in a series of clues. What would you expect to come forth? Time starts now.
Rivers in Washington.
Yeah, so next.
The longest rivers in Nile.
No. What about 1? Congo 2. Next.
3.
Is this to do with tributaries?
Or the dates on which their sources were found. Amazon.
Well, I vote Mississippi. Mississippi 4.
Not the right answer, I'm afraid, so a bonus chance for you Verbivores.
Danube 4.
Is the right answer. My goodness, and why is that?
The number of capital cities that these rivers go through.
That is very well calculated. Which capital cities do these rivers flow through?
Potomac is Washington, D.C. Congo, probably Kinshasa and Brazzaville.
That's right.
Nile's Khartoum, Cairo, and I don't know if I've one.
Juba in South Sudan. And what about the Danube? That is the only river to go through 4 capital cities. Do you know what they are?
Budapest,
Of course.
Vienna, Bucharest.
Bratislava and Belgrade in Serbia. It is increasing numbers of capital cities on rivers, and the right one is Danube. Well done. So you get a bonus and a choice.
Twisted flax, please.
Twisted flax. OK, what will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
What was the 2005, 2010? Shadow Chancellor.
Yeah, so could it be McDonald 2015? These Corbyn's.
Is that going to be right?
Shall we go next? Just because.
Next. I think you got it.
Yeah, so
McDonald
2015.
2015 to present. McDonald 2015 to present.
Not the answer, I'm afraid, so I'm going to show the third in a sequence to the Smiths for a possible bonus point. I can't give you long. No, that's too long, I'm afraid. Now, you are right, these are successive Shadow Chancellors, but you forgot Alan Johnson, and then, of course, Ed Balls was the Shadow Chancellor 2011 to 2015. How could you forget Alan Johnson? One of the greatest politicians of our time. Have you read his book?
My father-in-law has.
Well, that's... what... My father-in-law's done a lot of things I haven't. Nobody read his book? It's a wonderful book. Yes, successive Shadow Chancellors, and the one we were looking for was Ed Balls. No bonus then, Smiths, but what would you like?
Water, please.
Water. OK, what would come forth in this picture sequence? Here's the first.
So to us, if it's the letter A, these could be variants on the letter A until it starts out as an ox and then it turns into the letter A.
Should we try them?
We should definitely.
Next.
Yeah. I think these are building towards a capital A.
We need some points. Is it simply a capital A?
It is simply a capital A. Very well done. Talk me through these clues.
I believe the capital A starts out as a stylised picture of an ox.
It's a Sinai ox. It's an Egyptian hieroglyph, really, isn't it? That's the ox there representing A. And then what?
Then things that look gradually less like an ox and more like a capital A.
It's a Phoenician aleph in the second clue, and then the old Greek alpha getting towards the Roman A. Verbivores, what would you like?
Horned viper, please.
The horned viper, OK. What will come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Germany A. Next. Oh, right. Yeah, they're different in Germany, aren't they? So in Britain, it's...
It's going to be a D.
Yeah.
It's not the national anthem.
No, it's the scales. In Germany, they use an H somewhere.
In this is going to be C.
Britain... no, the fourth.
Yeah, so A, B flat, B, C. But what's it going to be in Germany?
B, C. A, B, H, C. Is it? I think it's H. Oh, I don't know.
Or C, D.
A British flag with a letter C, and a German flag with the letter C.
Is the right answer. A Union flag with a C, a German flag with a C. That is right. And what is the sequence?
They're the musical notes. In Germany, they do it differently. They have an H where you'd least expect one. We couldn't quite remember where it was, but luckily we guessed right.
Well, that's absolutely right. The British system is perfectly logical. The notes go A to G with flats, except C and F don't have flats, but that just stands to reason. Whereas in Germany, they don't have a B flat, and because they're then missing a note, they shove in a quick H on their way to C. But we arrive at C and C in both musical scales. Well guessed. Back to you, Smiths, for a choice.
Eye of Horus, please.
Eye of Horus, OK. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next. This is something about writing, I think.
Yeah.
Next.
Border. Oh, is it headline? Is it bits of news? Oh, we got it.
Yeah, but it's got about an order. Content, order. Is it like how you make a mattress or a pillow or something? Or a parcel? Envelope?
Pillowcase?
Envelope?
Not the right answer, I'm afraid. So, Verbivores, what do you think?
Margin.
Is the right answer, and why is that?
They're coming from the innards of a page, going out what layout, the bit you call the layout, and the margin is on the sides. I've explained that brilliantly. Again.
What sort of page?
A page of text. A newspaper page, for
A web page. It's elements of HTML. They're layers of HTML elements on web pages. I mean, the questioner to explain this to me, I was so bored, he had to explain it about 7 times, and I slept through all of them. But as I understand it, you get the content in the middle of a page, then the padding, then border, and then right on the outside is margin. That completes the page. So, well guessed again. And you're going to get the last question of the round, the lion. What would come forth in this sequence? Here's the first.
Next. 2, 3, 5. It is a comma, but if you have an arching sequence, it is a comma.
It's just... or was it gaps between... No.
Next. Primes.
There's going to be the next 4 primes, which is...
Next 4 primes.
17, 19, 23 and 29.
29. 4 brackets, 17, 19, 23, 29.
I'm afraid you didn't close the bracket, so I can't give it to you. That is the right answer. They are bunches of prime numbers. The first is 2, the next 2 are 3 and 5, next 3, 7, 11, 13, and the next 4, 17, 19, 23, 29. Very well done. Well, that means at the end of round 2, the Smiths have 5 points, the Verbivores have 16. Time now for the connecting wall, and Verbivores, you'll be going first. Would you like lion or water?
Water, please.
OK, 2.5 minutes to solve the water wall, starting now.
Sexy so things on a... Yeah, they've got things... Yeah, we've got things on a gambling machine. Cherry, 7, bell, plum, and grape and bar. Oh, well. If you spot anything else, what would you want? Beef steak, tomato, cherry tomato, plum tomato, grape tomato. Oh, well done.
Okay, go for the...
Right, 7, bell, bar. You could have a clock or something. They're things, symbols on fruit machines.
Sure.
It's got to be there, isn't it? Well, I'll just try all of these then. Stop me if you say anything else, but we're going to find out it's none of them. Yeah, I've seen a sexy MF. Right, well, that was a waste of time. I don't know what that would look like. Sexy MF. Is it like I don't know. FM.
So some of these
Is it Kiss FM? Kiss FM 7. Sexy MF.
late tonic.
Can you have a late drink? Yes, I suppose. Shot. I think no clock tower. Yeah, I think you're right. Bell tower, cooling tower, clock tower. And bell tower.
Got a minute left.
Sexy MF. I'm going to keep pressing sexy
Sure.
MF forever. Shot tower. Oh, right, there we are. Right. It's taupe a colour. It's not spelt like that, but cream's a colour. Cream.
Tonic water.
Tonic water. Tonic. It doesn't fit there. Cream you can have in a drink, can't you? We're going to have to say something. Guess something.
30 seconds.
I've got
Don't
teal.
grams. The others aren't really going to be.
Shall we just try something?
Let's try something. Kiss. I'm guessing radio, so it's late FM perhaps.
Tonic.
Tonic.
Oh, 7.
Let's try 7. 7. One more guess.
10 seconds.
10 seconds. You, and you.
Not it, I'm afraid. And that's it. Your 3 lives are up, and the wall has frozen, but you found 2 groups. What about the connections? Tell me about the first blue group, starting cherry.
They are types of tomato.
Cherry tomato, plum tomato, beefsteak tomato, and grape tomato. And the second green group, starting cooling.
Tower.
Cooling tower, bell tower, clock tower, shot tower is correct. And you can still get points for the connections of the groups you didn't find, so let's resolve the wall. There we go. Tell me about the pink group, starting late.
Something are they to do with drinks?
No, you're not seeing it. ISO. Isolate, isotope, isobar, isotonic. That's what you put before all of those. And the turquoise group, 7, cream, kiss, sexy, MF.
Are these radio stations?
Really? None of you? Not one of you? They are songs all by Prince. And as you suspected, there was a complete false group in there, the Fruit Machines. The next wall has a whole false group as well. I'm looking forward to them heading down that blind alley. But you did find 2 groups and give me 2 connections. That is a total of 4. Let's bring in the Smiths now, give them the other connecting wall and see what happens to them. Welcome back, Smiths. You will be getting the lion wall and 2.5 minutes to solve it, starting now.
Publishers.
Toucan.
Ladybird.
Okay. So we've missed out. What children's books? Ladybird, Toucan.
Ryan's also a publisher.
Bloomsbury's pub, Double A, they're all publishers.
Snoopy is a cartoon dog. Swan with a double N.
Is it cricketer?
Is this cricketer or a character from Proust?
I don't know, they've got prizes. Are any of the others prizes?
Is there a Bloomsbury prize?
I think there is.
Maybe Pegasus.
Okay. Those ones could have. I'll just keep going through publishers while we try and do other things.
Mighty Sparrows.
Eagle comic, are there any other comics in here? I've got Snoopy. Oh, types of road crossing. Puffin, toucan, zebra. Pegasus crossing. Okay.
Okay.
So does that make the publishers easier to do? I'm not considering Puffin anymore.
Do you want to give it a go?
Bloomsbury, Penguin. What else have we got?
Doubleday.
Doubleday and Orion. Okay.
30
what
seconds.
we missed?
Ladybird.
Ladybird. Okay, so we're missing Orion. Great.
Well done.
Okay, so what does
3
Orion?
lives.
Orion come with? Orion and Aquarius. Okay, let's get Orion.
Barbossa,
what could that be?
That's it. You solved the wall. Very well done with just 10 seconds to go. And what about the connections? Zebra, Pegasus, Puffin, toucan.
These are types of road crossing.
They are road crossings. And the green group starting Ladybird.
They, along with everything else on this, are publishers.
Ladybird, Bloomsbury, Penguin, Doubleday, all publishers. And the pink group starting Eagle.
They are code names in the Second World War.
Lovely. Sadly not the answer. Eagle, Orion, Aquarius, Snoopy are lunar landing craft. They are spacecraft that went to the moon. And the turquoise group, Sparrow, Swan, Turner, Barbossa.
They pirates called Jack.
I am sorry, the specific thing I needed to hear was that they are in Pirates of the Caribbean. Nevertheless, you found all 4 groups and you gave me 2 connections. That is a total of 6. Let's have a look at the overall scores. The Smiths have 11 points, the Verbivores have 20. So, the place in the semi-finals will be determined in the missing vowels round. Fingers on buzzers, teams. I can tell you that the first group all feature a Shakespearean character and their killer. Verbivores?
Mercutio and Tybalt.
Correct. Verbivores?
Reagan and Goneril.
Correct. Verbivores?
Hamlet and Laertes.
Correct. Smiths?
Desdemona and Othello.
Correct. Next category, geographic features of Australia. Smiths?
Uluru.
Correct. Smiths?
Cape York Peninsula.
Correct. Smiths?
The Australian Alps.
Not it, I'm afraid. Verbivores, do you know?
Australian Alps.
Australian Alps is the right answer. Next clue. Smiths?
Great Australian Bight.
Correct. Next category, sources we trust on Only Connect. Smiths?
Debrett's.
Correct. Verbivores?
Oxford English Dictionary.
Correct. I'm tempted not to say what that one is and just leave people to pause their televisions and stare for ages trying to work out New Grove Dictionary of Music and Musicians. But I have given it now, and the bell has gone for the end of the quiz. Looking at the final scores, I can tell you that the winners and through to the semi-final with 25 points are the Verbivores. And in second place with 15, it's the Smiths. Very well done on the semi-final. Smiths, I'm afraid, in this sort of quarter, in ways I don't even really understand, you need to go home. But thank you very much for playing. You've been a lovely team, and you've brightened up the series. So thanks for coming along. Please join me next time for another episode of Only Connect, or OC, as some people call it. Don't confuse it with another TV show called The OC, though. That's very different. One is a drama of life, love, rivalry and shimmering sexual tension. I genuinely don't know if I'm going to reverse this comparison or not. Set in Orange County, California. No, I'm not. The other is Only Connect. Goodbye.